Hello, everybody, and welcome to the X Factor with the Crypto Hipster. This is your host, Jamil Hasan, the Crypto Hipster, where I bring you crypto news, insights, analysis, commentary, my commentary from all around the world, crypto and blockchain, each and every week. And today is February 16th, and this is season 4, episode 18, total episode number 78. And we have some great things on tap for you today. First, we'll talk about some global news, some global insights and analysis. Bitcoin's ETFs account for 75% of new investments, according to Crypto Quant. An estimated 75% of new Bitcoin investments come from 10 spot Bitcoin exchange traded ETFs that were approved in the U.S. on January 11. In the past 2 weeks, over 3/4 of new Bitcoin investments originated from spot Bitcoin ETFs, excluding Grayscale's Bitcoin Trust, according to a Valentine's Day report by on-chain data analytics firm Crypto Quant. We estimate over 75% of new investments into Bitcoin are coming from these ETFs. Moreover, investment from these ETFs has increased to 2% of the total historical investment in Bitcoin in just 1 month, as measured by the realized market capitalization, the report said. Bitcoin rose 1.8% in the 24 hours leading up to February 15 to trade at 52,300 some change. And Bitcoin reached that new 2-year high of 51,000 on February 14th. So things are moving up, propelling a market cap of about $1.0 trillion for Bitcoin. That's good news in the Bitcoin world, and that's good news globally for everybody involved. So let's talk about that day on Wednesday, Valentine's Day. While the Bitcoin was going up, there was a nightmare. Romance scams remained a $1 billion honeypot for criminals. Valentine's Day is all about romance, but the annual event is a reminder that those looking for love are potentially victims of scams. Online dating is a big business, with industry expected to generate $3.1 billion in 2024. Statista also estimates that there will be some 440 million online dating users by 2027. Glad I'm married. I'm not in that space, in that dating world anymore, which I was in my 20s, and it sucked, and early 30s, and it sucked. But hey, what sucks worse is scams. A report from Binance's Security and Compliance Department shared February 14 outlined the increasing prevalence of romance scams that have been noted by security and analytics firms in recent months. Citing data from Norton's 2023 Cyber Safety Insights report, 1 in every 4 adults surveyed globally reported falling prey to an online dating or romance scam. The U.S. Federal Trade Commission had 11,235 dating and romance scam complaints in 2016. This number has ballooned since, with around 70,000 reports in 2022, accounting for $1.3 billion in losses for unsuspecting love seekers. While a recent report from the U.S. Treasury Department suggests that cash is still king in global money laundering, crypto payments account for 34% of reported losses in the romance scam arena. Binance cites internal data from 2023 that provides an estimate that romance scams made up of 2% of total reported cases. It notes that the conservative estimate still means that the average loss per victim is $14,000, which is god awful. So let me know your thoughts on that, on both those global articles and the news that's coming globally. So let's talk about music. You heard me. Actually, we're not going to talk about music. We're going to talk about something related to music. The Tennessee House of Representatives, Tennessee, advances the Elvis Act to protect musicians against AI infringement. In the ghetto, don't step on my blue suede shoes. All right. The Tennessee House Banking and Consumer Affairs Subcommittee passed a new bill on February 13 with a unanimous vote in an effort to protect musicians against abuse at the hands of artificial intelligence. the Ensuring Likeness, Vote, and Image Security Act, HB 2091, also known as Elvis, was Elvis in Vegas, Vegas, baby, Elvis. No, this is Tennessee. Was introduced by the state's governor, Bill Lee, in January 2024, targeting unethical uses of AI, such as the unauthorized use of artists' voice, image, and likeness. Elvis advocates on behalf of the state's music community, though it applies to all residents of the state's Tennessee. It was also backed by the state Senate Majority Leader Jack Johnson and House Majority Leader William Lamberth. Let me know your thoughts. In the ghetto, but don't step on the loose suede shoes. All right. Now move on to, I don't know, Elizabeth Warren, one of the topics of conversation of this show in recent months. The Blockchain Association calls out Elizabeth Warren's legislation on digital assets. Former officials with the U.S. government and military have warned lawmakers against supporting an anti-money laundering bill proposed by Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren, citing national security concerns. You can't have a senator running roughshod, doing whatever she feels like doing. You got to know that, Massachusetts. In a February 13 letter, 80 individuals, many of whom had been involved with the U.S. military government, signed their names with the Blockchain Association's BA's opposition to Senator Warren's Digital Asset Anti-Money Laundering Act, DAAMLA. According to the letter, the legislation would hinder law enforcement and present national security concerns by driving the majority of the digital asset industry overseas. This shift could also lead to increased liquidity in unregulated offshore exchanges and a loss of valuable expertise and visibility for the U.S. in the blockchain realm, said the letter. Further, this legislation, if implemented, will have no meaningful effect on the foreign illicit actors it targets. True, because when has Elizabeth Warren ever done anything that made any sense? Yeah, no. So, what are we going to do about it? Well, I know one man who is looking to do something about it. Okay, he is pro-XRP lawyer John Deaton, who says he might run against Elizabeth Warren in the 2024 elections. Listen up, Massachusetts. You have responsibility and accountability to the rest of the country to do the right thing here. John Deaton's a good candidate. He's a viable candidate. He's a private attorney and a vocal advocate for the crypto industry. And he's considering challenging the key crypto skeptic among lawmakers, Elizabeth Warren, for her seat in the U.S. Senate. The election will take place in November, of course. In a Wednesday report by the Boston Globe, Republican Party insider stated that Deaton is taking a serious look at the upcoming Senate election in the state of Massachusetts, which Warren has represented since she was first elected in 2013, and has more than stay there way too long. Jim Conroy, a former advisor to the 72nd governor of Massachusetts, Charles Baker, revealed that he has been consulting with Deaton, that the latter will decide regarding the Senate race in the coming days. We haven't heard those coming days yet. Deaton is a renowned figure in the U.S. crypto community, and he has years of experience in defending interests of sufferers of mesothelioma and asbestos-related diseases. He's a good guy. In 2021, the attorney filed an amicus brief on behalf of over 6,000 XRP holders in a lawsuit in the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission and Ripple Labs. Since then, Deaton has been a vocal critic of the SEC, who's not. Its chair, Gary Gensler Warren, who shouldn't be there in the first place, whose tough stance on crypto made her a target for industry advocates. In his latest public attack on Warren on social media, Deaton accused her of gaslighting the American public, which she has done. And we need to do something about it. In Massachusetts, you have a responsibility to get this person out. So, looking forward to how that shakes out in the November election. I believe in Massachusetts people, even though you're awful drivers, I believe that you have the ability to know right from wrong and choose right over wrong. Now, let's talk more about Warren, because crypto, according to her, crypto played a huge role in the Hamas terror financing. But according to the U.S. Treasury, Crypto played a little part in the Hamas terror financing. Cryptocurrencies accounted for only a small part of the funding of militant groups Hamas and Palestinian Islamic Jihad, and an earlier report claiming the group received tens of millions of dollars in crypto was highly inaccurate, said a U.S. State's Treasury official. The numbers noted in the Wall Street Journal piece talked about wallets, but not necessarily the disaggregated amount among the wallet's customers. The Treasury's Undersecretary for Terrorism and Financial Intelligence, Brian Nelson, testified on February 14 before the House Financial Services Committee. Seeking to clarify, Representatives Tom Emmer asked the report amounts were what people had in their wallets as opposed to what was specifically going on to the Palestinian Islamic Jihad and Hamas. That's what we think it's most likely, Nelson said. We also assess that terrorists still prefer, frankly, to use traditional products and services, kind of like cash, the US dollar, and politicians, right? Elizabeth Warren, right. Now, let me know your thoughts on that. And then one last article in the US. Citi, proof of concept, tokenizes private equity funds on Avalanche. What is Avalanche? Citigroup has teamed up with Avalabs, other traditional financial institutions, and digital asset companies to complete a proof of concept for tokenizing private equity funds. Despite outstanding legal and technical issues, Citi is convinced that blockchain technology could transform the private equity industry. It kind of makes sense that it would, right? That's what we're looking at here. All right, so let's see what it says. The project used simulated workflows in a Wellington management-issued private equity fund with ABN AMRO acting as the investor and the wisdom tree, simulated the platform on the permissionless Avalanche Evergreen Spruce subnet. The partners tested smart contracts to enforce distribution rules for a simulated fund. They used a variety of methods to verify identities provided by Wisdom Tree and partnered with DTCC Digital Assets to use a private fund token as collateral as in an automated lending contract. Then the resulting loan was subject to a haircut, not my haircut, because I'm not bald anymore right now. I have a short haircut. And collateralization ratio set based on the pool parameters. The Citi report on the project stated assets can be automatically allocated, fractionalized, and rebalanced by intelligent applications supported with instant implementation. So this is all done on the Avalanche blockchain. There are a lot of people shilling other blockchains, but it looks like Avalanche is going to be used for finance, the future of finance. So that's just what I'm getting from this article. Let me know your thoughts. Let's go to Europe. The UK regulator has issued 450 alerts for illegal crypto ads in 2023. The Financial Conduct Authority, an independent financial regulatory body in the UK, has published a report detailing its actions against financial promotions, including its findings and actions against crypto-related advertisements. On February 14, FCA reported that it found significant levels of non-compliance on crypto promotion rules that came into effect on October 8, 2023. According to the regulator, reviewed both registered and unregistered crypto firms and identified common issues. Those issues include the use of generic risk summaries without any amendments for product-specific risks, such as stablecoins or asset-backed coins, and using the regulated status in a promotional manner. Furthermore, the FCA also said that firms are making claims about the safety, security, and ease of use for crypto services without supporting evidence or highlighting risks. Sounds really sucky to me. Let me know your thoughts. How that is going to play out, what needs to happen, how's it going to happen? Let me know your thoughts. Backdoors. Let's talk about backdoors, because I like front doors, but the backdoors through end-to-end encrypted messages violate human rights, according to an EU court. Creating a backdoor to end-to-end encrypted messaging services like Telegram and Signal would erode freedom of expression and open up innocent users to hackers, identify thieves, and indiscriminate state surveillance, says the European Court of Human Rights. In a February 13 judgment, the court ruled in favor of Telegram user Anton Podchasov. who went up against the government in 2018 after it demanded Telegram decrypt messages that were sent using its encrypted secret chat function. The court judged that while criminals may use end-to-end encryption to avoid law enforcement, providing encryption backdoors would put innocent regular users at risk while eroding their rights to freedom of expression, thus violating the European Convention on Human Rights. It argued the encryption backdoors would affect everyone indiscriminately, including those posing no threat to governments, and would make it possible for routine, general, and indiscriminate surveillance of personal electronic communications. Hey, do you like to be surveilled? Do you want to be surveilled like crazy by the government? I know I don't. So you got to make sure that people who don't get surveilled, who shouldn't be. Criminals, sure, but the normal person, heck no. Isle of Man. We're talking about Isle of Man contemplates including crypto under investment definition. The Isle of Man, a self-governing British Crown dependency and well-known offshore financial center, has opened a public consultation on the future of its crypto regulation. This week, the local Financial Services Authority, FSA, published a discussion paper on the oversight of certain crypto asset activities for anti-money laundering and countering the financing of terrorism purposes, AML CFT. According to the press release, the island's national risk assessment identifies crypto-related businesses as posing significant AML risks, requiring tighter regulation. However, currently, the majority of crypto firms on the island are already registered and supervised by legislation. Sounds a little hairy. What do you think? We got to get rid of the haircut. Oh, I was something earlier. Anyway, one more place in Europe. Talk about, can Torrevieja become, I don't even know where that is. Let's find out where that is. Become crypto's first crypto-friendly city. Torrevieja. Torrevieja, a tourist hub in the Alicante province of Spain, with a population of 82,000 people, intends to become the first crypto-friendly city in Europe by letting its stores accept crypto. The official website of Torrevieja administration announced the city's ambitious digital transformation project, a collaboration between the Department of Commerce of Torrevieja City Council and the Association of Small and Medium Merchants of Torrevieja, to transform Torrevieja into a crypto-friendly city in Europe. The local government and businesses will digitize local commerce using blockchain technology. The first phase will focus on promoting commerce through the use of cryptocurrencies and transactions, allowing customers to pay for products and services with crypto and other crypto assets. Good for you, Spain. I knew you did something right. I knew you did something good. Yeah, congrats. Sounds good to me. Let's go to Asia. A couple of things to talk about in Asia. South Korea, crypto exchanges reported 50% more suspicious transactions in 2023. According to a South Korean financial intelligence unit, local digital exchanges reported 49% more suspicious transactions in 2023 than in 2022. On February 14, the FIU published, a lot of things happened on Valentine's Day this week. Wow. The FIU published a summary of its work plan for 2024, in which it shared crucial data and strategic initiatives for crypto market oversight. The FIU has been actively encouraging crypto exchanges to report any transactions that raise suspicions of money laundering and illegal foreign exchange outflow. As a result, there were 16,076 reports by local crypto exchanges in 2023, up from 10,797 in 2022. In comparison, the number of total suspicious transactions, including but not limited to crypto assets, increased by 10%. Wow. How that's going to go, what's going to happen in the future there in South Korea. Let me know what you think. And then Japan. Japan regulator suggests stopping peer-to-peer transfers from fiat to crypto. The Financial Services Agency, FSA, Japan's principal financial regulator, has suggested several measures to protect users from unlawful transfers to crypto exchanges, one of which might seriously complicate the peer-to-peer transactions market. This week, the FSA published a request addressed to the Japanese banks According to the regulator, the number of fraudulent transactions in the country remains high, and most of them involve crypto assets. Hence, the FSA and the National Police Agency are encouraging banks to further strengthen their users' protection. To achieve this, the FSA and NPA refer to several key initiatives. One of them doesn't reveal much, prescribing banks to strengthen monitoring of unlawful transfers to crypto asset exchange service providers. So we need more clarity, right? We need more clarity, Japan. Thank you for getting involved in that. Let me know your thoughts. What's the clarity that Japan needs here? Australia. We're going to go for our last article of the day. We're going to go to Australia. Printing money for a fool's is a great business to be in, according to the New Zealand central bank head. Let's see. Did the Reserve Bank of New Zealand governor just let the cat out of the bag? Who knows? During a preliminary committee meeting on February 12th, RBNZ Governor Adrian Orr joked about the modern central banking system, which was met with laughter. It's a great business to be in, central banking, where you print money and people believe it. Yeah, there was overprinting of money everywhere around the world in the last few years. Early in the morning, Orr said the central bank had been faced with several fiscal challenges and had received several letters of expectations from ministers to be cost effective as possible. We actually fund ourselves and then decide what dividends to pay, Orr said. Yep. Well, we all know about the money printer. Money printer going brrr and brrr for years. The way out of that money printer going brrr is crypto, and we all know that. So, anyway, this has been another episode of the X Factor with the Crypto Hipster for you this week. Join me each and every Friday as I bring you news, analysis, insights, and commentary, my commentary from all around the world. Have a great week. See you next week.